Lewis, welcome to Daggers and Redbridge. How's the first week or so been at the club for yourself?
Yeah, it's been brilliant. Really enjoyed it. I've had a fantastic welcome from sort of not just the players and the technical staff, but also the fans around the place on Saturday. Listen, it was a really gutting sort of result, but it was just great to be out there and on the side of the pitch and helping, obviously, in any way I know how.
What attracted you to this project then? What attracted you to join Daggers and Redbridge and to join this new coaching staff under Ben Evans?
I think the big one is obviously the manager. Someone that I've probably spoke to on and off now for a couple of years. Someone that I obviously was really hoping to have worked with in my previous employment, and then obviously now we've got the opportunity to work together. So that's a big one. But also, I think the ambition of the club. Listen, whenever I've come here, and I think the manager's alluded to it already in a few of his interviews, that how tough a place it is to come and just sort of the games and whatnot. And so I wanted a bit of that. And listen, ultimately you just want to be involved in something that's going to be successful, and all you've got to do is look at, I know I keep going over it, but the manager's record, like he's had sort of 3 years in his first 3 years, and he was in and around the playoffs every time, and that's something that I want to be involved in with him.
We know your playing experience and making numerous appearances in the EFL, your brief experiences so far in the world of management. So as a coach, what qualities do you think you'll bring to the boys?
I think probably just that sort of connection with them, because obviously I'm not long off the pitch. Hopefully a little bit of my knowledge of how not to do things, whichever way you want to see it. But you know, I think the big thing is just my relationship building. I know you don't want to sit here and talk about yourself in too high esteem, but obviously I think the time will tell, and sort of the proof will be in the pudding as to sort of the connection that I build with the players, and I think I've started to build those already in terms of getting to know sort of them and sort of parts of their game in what's been quite a short period. But fingers crossed they'll continue to stick with us and see the journey that we're about to go on.
I've spoken to the gaffer a few times about what he expects to see from his Daggers and Redbridge side, which obviously will help him implement into the players across the season and into the summer. But what do you expect to see from your side?
Listen, I think the manager's alluded to it already. I think that sort of high energy, that high intensity, that pressing, that trying to get that fans on the edge of their seat. Whenever I've come here, you always knew that you've been in for a game. I don't think I've ever come away from it successful. Even when we've won games, you always come away and think, cool, I don't want to go back there again. And that's the kind of feeling that you want. Not to go back over sort of spilt milk or sort of my experiences before, but listen, I want to know, I think me and the manager and the rest of the staff want to know that our team's always been in and around the games and always giving the opposition no sort of breather during that game. That's our possession. But then in possession, we want to see some excitement. We want to see our teams being able to go and open teams up with and without the ball, with runs, with good quality on the ball. And listen, that's not just going to happen with us just flicking a switch, but over time and hopefully a good pre-season, we'll be able to get that going.
Got a few games left of the season, a few weeks to go. What do you want to see from the boys on the training ground on Friday, on Monday, on Saturdays and Tuesdays, as we gear up for a big summer and potentially a big end to this season?
Listen, I think at the moment it's just that sort of getting to know each other. They're trying to get to know sort of ourselves and how we work in terms of sort of the structure of the week, or just how we sort of implement phases of play, or how we do things defensively or attacking, and then also just how we want to set up for different games in terms of how we dissect games and look at the opposition that we're coming up against. And then I think obviously we're just looking at players to see if they're going to be a part of that. They want to be a part of that journey that we're hoping to go on. Listen, like I said, Daryl and the previous management have done fantastic to take the club on to as high as they've gone, and now it's for us to take on that mantle and improve upon what he's done, which is not going to be an easy feat. We know that, we understand that, we accept that, and that is the challenge, to improve upon what he's done, and we have to accept that and be ready for what's to come. Finally
then, the fans have welcomed the gaffer and yourself to the club with warm and open arms so far. What are your message to them for the rest of the season and for the upcoming summer?
Yeah, listen, at the moment all I can say is thank you very much for the welcome. I think you could see on Saturday the frustration after the game, but one thing they do give us is support. I think they've given us the chance to be able to come in and settle, but obviously ultimately we're going to be judged on winning football matches. and we've got to make sure that we can get back to that. But we thank them for the way that they've welcomed us in, and like you know, like Gaffer's one of their own, so he understands that he's got their best intentions in, and I'm obviously of the same ilk, and we're going to try and push the club forward again, and you know, try and get higher up in the table. Like at the minute we came in and we were 10th, and it's been disappointing in terms of the last couple of results and performances, but that doesn't mean that we're going to rest on our laurels to try and improve upon that. And fingers crossed with a good sort of next few, I think it's 3 weeks, 4 weeks till the end of the season, then obviously like a longer period in pre-season to work towards what we see as our ideal game. Hopefully we'll be better equipped come next season.